16, I was a seven-figure after tax. I spent the ticket on both.
Hello and welcome to a great night of hoops. You can feel the excitement in the air for this game. It's part of the NBA Cup. And in our matchup tonight, Doris, how excited are you for this front court matchup we have in front of us tonight? Two of the best in the game.
BA, I've had this one circled on my calendar for some time. The front court matchup is absolutely special. Two big-time guys.
So here are the Jazz starting five. Kyle Filipowski is out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then it's Bailey. Then there's Keyonte George. And it's Kessler in at the 5 spot. Stolen by Conley. And now the T-Wolves on the break. Up ahead. Yep, count it.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
To the paint. And there's Bailey. That one's good. On the assist by Kessler.
Yeah, for this coaching staff, they want Bailey operating in the paint. I mean, he's got athleticism and touch.
And here's Edwards outside. Pure from three-point range. Edwards has got 5.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
All right, Doris, let's talk for a moment about Rudy Gobert's defensive IQ.
Let's begin, BA, with his communication on that end. It's an undervalued aspect of defensive performance. Then you talk about his ability to be a rim protector, to be able to rotate in defensive help. There is a reason he has won the Defensive Player of the Year as many times as he has.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Chris Finch. He told me when he was watching film of their opponent, what stood out was Lauri Markkanen's efficiency. Coach said Markkanen doesn't need high usage to be effective. He gets a lot of his points off of movement, and he brings versatility to this offense. Brian, back to you.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie.
You simply have got to box out Walker Kessler. This guy gets a lot of his offense from second chance opportunities.
Randall, the pass to Edwards. Shoots over Bailey. Nice move. Edwards can't hit.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim, just couldn't capitalize.
Kessler got the loose ball, but that'll be a backcourt violation. And here's a look at the top shooters last season. No wasted chances among this group. In the 3rd spot, Rudy Gobert.
So consistent from the floor. He shot it at a great clip last season.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And here's Edwards outside. Edwards can't get that one to fall.
I'm not sure he expected to be that wide open and yet somehow comes away empty.
Pass to Kessler. Utah moving the ball around. George passes to Bailey. Back to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Kessler. And it's Gobert with a rebound.
Oh, the analytics department is smiling after that one.
And it's Randall with the jam.
Wow, Julius Randall getting downhill and leaves no doubt.
And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the Jazz. They trail by 7. And you look for bright spots in this developing core for Utah, Grant. What stands out?
Well, I think it's the front court, BA. You have 2 gifted scoring forwards in Markkanen and Bailey. Then you've got Walker Kessler, an elite shot blocker, manning the middle. And I'll tell you what, this is a guy who doesn't take a break at all on the boards.
Man, doing serious work. He likes being an anchor on the glass.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
Back to George. Pass to Markkanen. Right at the free throw line. Nice shot by George.
Wow, Keyonte George flashing those handles. Nasty stuff.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Reed comes in for Rudy Gobert, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Conley. Sensabaugh is checked in for Utah. Collier comes in for George.
Come on now, folks. You know how good that is? To contest a shooter and finish the defensive play with a rebound, that is big time.
Here's Bailey. The three hits the trifecta. Bailey's got 5.
And with his size, Bailey can rise up over most defenders that are on him.
Here's Edwards. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Boy, he is just doing it all right now. And the more the ball goes through the net, the more his confidence grows.
And we've got 28 seconds left in the first. To the middle. Here's Bailey. It's rebounded by Minnesota. This game against Utah, the first time they've met this year.
They'll be looking to impose their will against this team, something they couldn't achieve last season.
And the basket is good. He has 7.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Edwards for 3. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. Anthony Edwards has been on display for Minnesota. He put together 10 points in the quarter. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Timberwolves?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
Man, why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
They've got Joe Ingles. Miller is out there with Naz Reid. Then it's Dante DiVincenzo, and it's Shannon in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And Chris Finch wants a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Both teams will make substitutions. And checking the 2K leaderboard. These teams led the league in three-point percentage last year. The 4th spot held by the Timberwolves.
Last year, they were so good at generating open looks from distance. That's why their three-point shooting was so high.
Reid in the post for 3. DiVincenzo, and the three-pointer goes.
Well, we know DiVincenzo loves to shoot the long ball. The defense, you've got to be there to contest.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Nurkic inside. And Baron J pulls it down.
Most defenses want to protect the paint first. Great job there.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Well, the Timberwolves this summer signing extensions to keep their elite front court intact. In bringing back Julius Randle and Naz Reid, they maintain a team strength, one that seems more necessary than ever in the loaded West, guys.
Making the commitment. Okay, thanks for the report, Shams. Outside, DiVincenzo. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Reid for 3. Rebounded by the Jazz. Defeated by Detroit in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
It's simple. Your defense has to be razor sharp on the road. You really want to take the crowd out of the game. Easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Chris Finch getting buy-in from his players top to bottom. Anthony Edwards said he's such a great coach and just a likable person. He will coach you hard and he comes in ready to work every day. You look forward to working with someone like that. Back over to you, Brian.
Has them bought in. Thanks much for the report, Allie. And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And the Timberwolves going with a whole new group out there. A big group substitution here for Utah. Kessler, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Filipowski comes in for Niang. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Sensabaugh. And it's George in for Mikhailu. He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
The other thing that's gone exceptionally well for them tonight is the shooting they've displayed from beyond the three-point arc.
Back to Markkanen. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Anthony Edwards.
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Man, good whistle there.
And as we start up the NBA Cup, let's explain to our viewers how the groups are formed.
Sure thing, B.A. First, you only play teams from your conference. The groups are drawn based off of last year's standings, so they try to keep it even in terms of quality of team.
Bailey's checked in for Collier. The shot by Filipowski, no good. Timberwolves trail by 3. Here's Edwards. He can't get that one to fall. And George with some nice D. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Bailey. Back to George. And Jaden McDaniels picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And there's 1:38 left to play in the second quarter. Filipowski sets a screen. 6 on the shot clock. George finds Kessler. Fires from deep.
Anthony Edwards has shown he can defend with the best of them. Nice contest there.
Minnesota again missing.
Started out strong from three-point land. Hit 2 in the first quarter, but he's gone dry since.
Doris, what's amazing about Ant-Man, he's worked to become an elite floor spacer.
The reason that's important, BA, is because we know what a dangerous driver and what a force at the rim Anthony Edwards can be. What I love is he's worked to become a legit threat, and he leaned heavily into that three-point game. So important in the modern NBA.
Pass to Filipowski. Now Markkanen. 32 seconds left in the first half. Lets a three fly. Oh my! Came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
What I'm always impressed by, guys, is Markkanen's versatility. The guy can face up and make jump shots. He can be enough of a presence on the interior that you're very comfortable with him in this modern NBA game. He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
Edwards. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Picked by Gobert. 4-3. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Here's Bailey over McDaniels. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's the Utah Jazz with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. The flow of the game has favored them in general. But hey, the tide can shift. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
Howdy, folks. Time for half. And when we're talking about the power rankings, I always like to hand it over to the most powerful person here at the table. And now let's discuss this game. Talk about a strong start for the Jazz.
Sometimes it takes every...
Thanks for tuning in.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Boy, you gotta like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Kicking off the second half. Here's Will Hardy's 5. Keontae George out there with Bailey. Then it's Filipowski. Then it's Walker Kessler. And it's Markkanen in at the 3, the small forward. Back to George. And stolen by Edwards. And now the T-Wolves on the break. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Julius Randle has been a consistent producer in this league for a long time. This guy, an absolute matchup nightmare.
Well, Grant, we've heard Anthony Edwards talk about trusting his teammates. He understands you need everybody.
Yeah, a lot falls on his shoulders offensively with this team, B.A. So those playmaking decisions in the moment, a lot easier said than done.
Timberwolves trail by 4. McDaniels from long range. Sends it home from three-point land. McDaniels got 7 points.
You have to anticipate those quick release opportunities. Jaden McDaniels ready on the catch.
Back to George. Pass to Bailey for 3. He can't get it to go.
Boy, I don't love his shot selection tonight. You've got to work for better looks.
McDaniels can't hit. And here's Markkanen. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. Shoots from 14. George, no good.
Wow, another empty possession out of the gates. 0 for 4 in this half. Brutal.
Utah's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Here's Edwards. Muscling it up and in. Edwards.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. And if you're looking for a steady hand to run the offense, Mike Conley has been the gold standard for years.
BA, one thing coaches love is knowing what they will get from a player every single night. With Mike Conley, that's high-level point guard play, a low-mistake player, a knockdown shooter when left open, but more importantly, the first and only thing he thinks about nightly is, how do we win this basketball game in front of us?
Now let's have a look at who was really dominating the boards last season. Well, you look at Kessler, 5th in the league, a really strong rebounder.
Simply put, he was terrific down low last year, owning the glass.
After an ugly 0 for 4 to start the half, they get one to fall.
Here's Shannon. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Reed for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Reed's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Utah trailing here. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. George passes to Markkanen. Nice touch inside there from Markkanen.
Boy, Markkanen uses his size to great effect down low.
Right wing. Reed for 3. The rebound by the Jazz. Kessler's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Lauri Markkanen is a 7-footer with touch, but he can also attack off the dribble. Referencing comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, he said, quote, when someone hits a fadeaway jumper, they say, that's the Dirk. Maybe someday I'll get the drag step to be called the Lauri. Back to you.
That's a sweet move, too. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. The Jazz have gotten only 2 of 7 shots to go in the third quarter. It's Markkanen on the wing. 3-pointer off the mark. Minnesota in the lead. Pass to Reed. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Takes a 3. The rebound by Filipowski. Filipowski's got his 4th rebound in this one. Now Markkanen. Just 5 on the clock. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
He might be forcing things a little bit right now. Credit the defense for how they're playing him.
Utah has got nothing to fall here in the third. 0 for 4. DiVincenzo with a steal. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter. Some solid defense from Markkanen. Pass to Filipowski. And here's George. And here's Kessler. DiVincenzo covering. And he gets it to go. Kessler's got 6.
Boy, contact from the defense, but Mr. Kessler just powers right through it.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. $15 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Edwards. Let's go with a 3. Edwards connects from outside.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. It's Minnesota. They're up by 3. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. Stay with us. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that, Don. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Randall and Gobert are in the middle. Conley and Edwards make up the backcourt. And it's McDaniels in at small forward. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Pass to Markkanen. Fires for 3. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got his 6th rebound on the night. Edwards. Oh, wrecking ball. Ant-Man.
Boy, Anthony Edwards showing you that I've got the handle, I've got the strength off the dribble drive. Pretty move.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Will Hardy said to the team. He said to his players, I believe in you. I know what we have. It was less about X's and O's and more about the team's identity. Guys, they play for one another.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Pass to Nurkic. 6 to shoot. Over Gobert. Shot by Nurkic. No good. Minnesota leading by 8. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota. Kessler, he's checked in for use of Nurkic. We've played just over a minute here in the fourth. Edwards can't hit. Well, the Jazz shooting around 39%. They'd like to get that higher. And now good.
Yeah, great feed there by Markkanen. That's something this team wants more from Laurie.
And here's Conley. Pass to Edwards. Uncovered. Offensive rebound. Outside McDaniels. Now here's Edwards. From outside the arc. Utah grabs the miss. Kessler's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Collier. He's guarded by Conley. Shot's good by Collier. Collier's got 4 points this quarter.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
For the Jazz, Filipowski, he's checked in for Nie. Bailey comes in for Sensabaugh. And it's George in for Collier. Randall deciding where to go with it. And it's Randall with the jam.
Well, if the basket is within reach, Julius Randle understands how to finish.
Jazz trail by 6. Now here's George. Kessler up top. And yes, sir! In stride on the lay-in from a sweet assist.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Now Randall. Now Edwards. Let's loose for 3. Bailey pulls it down. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 5 since this 4th quarter started. Markkanen! And the 3 misses.
Boy, when you're trying to make up ground, every shot counts. You have got to be selective.
Count it!
Well, there's a certain level of quickness you've got to contend with. Mike Conley off the dribble drive.
Here's Bailey. He's guarded by Conley. George fires. Not that time. The Timberwolves lead by 6. Here's Randall. From 10 feet out. Kessler with a rebound. Markkanen. Oh, he goes to the glass with that one.
There you go, Mr. Markkanen. Step up in a massive way when your team needs you.
Conley with the ball. Edwards! Ooh, it misses.
Boy, that was his shot to miss. This guy's a terrific mid-range shooter.
George against Conley. Now George. Markkanen outside. Clock at 6. Booyah! He sinks the triple.
And the stakes were high right there. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Edwards. Edwards, no problem with the contact.
Anthony Edwards relishes big-time moments, and he delivers right there.
With the big-time and one. This is now a 2-possession game.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. Here's Bailey. There's 39 seconds left in the game. George fires. Kessler. Rebounded by McDaniels. And an intentional foul right there. He drops the first one, and that puts him up 5. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Boy, critical trip to the line. He knocks him in and gives him a little cushion down the stretch.
George.
Good on the first, and that brings him within 5.
And there's no question George can fill it up. For him, it's about focusing on shooting good percentages.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
First free throw is good, and that puts him up 5. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game. And Utah calls time here. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
They need to answer fast.
Well, preferably a 3, right? If there's a clean look, take it.
Here's Kessler. Marking it outside. Now Kessler. George! He's off from 3. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Second personal foul. Fourth team foul.
Ooh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he's able to hit the second one. And that makes it a 7-point lead. And so they foul intentionally.
And I'll tell you what, this game is in the books. Not quite sure why they're delaying the inevitable by fouling.
He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. And so both free throws good, and it's a 9-point game here.
And that should do it. No miracle comeback tonight, but boy, what a game, fellas.
So it's Minnesota picking up the win. And remember, tonight's win means they're 1-0 in the NBA Cup. A great start to the group stage. Well,
Julius, it wasn't always smooth sailing tonight, but you guys got it done. How did you feel about the level of play coming down the stretch?
Absolutely amazing. You know, there's ups and downs of the season, but, you know, one thing is we're going to play hard every night and give ourselves a chance. So we did that for most of the night, but, you know, we did an amazing job staying together.
The effort certainly was not lacking tonight. Thanks, Julius.
all right, Allie, thanks. Great stuff there. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our 2K team, this is Brian Anderson signing off.